The 20 euro cent 2010 RF coin is a French euro circulation coin issued in 2010, and the RF inscription stands for République Française, meaning French Republic. This coin belongs to the standard euro coinage system used by France and other countries that adopted the euro, and it is particularly interesting to collectors because French euro coins combine modern European currency with distinctive national designs. The 20 euro cent denomination is one of the three Nordic gold-colored euro denominations, together with the 10 and 50 euro cent pieces, although the term Nordic gold does not mean the coin contains actual gold. The alloy is primarily composed of copper, aluminum, zinc, and tin, giving the coin its characteristic golden yellow appearance. The French 20 euro cent coin has a diameter of approximately 22.25 millimeters, a weight of approximately 5.74 grams, and a thickness of approximately 2.14 millimeters. One of its most recognizable physical features is its unusual seven-sided shape, which helps distinguish it from the round 10 and 50 euro cent coins. This distinctive shape was selected for practical recognition, allowing people to identify the denomination by touch as well as sight. The French national side of the coin features a stylized representation of Marianne, the traditional personification of the French Republic. Marianne appears in a modern artistic interpretation, with the design created by French artist Fabienne Cordiaud. The French national design includes the word RF, the year of issue, and the surrounding European stars. On the common European side, the coin displays the denomination 20 euro cent, along with a map representing Europe and the 12 stars associated with the European Union. The 2010 date identifies the year of production, while the national design identifies the coin as French. Unlike some national euro coins that use a simple letter as a mint mark, the RF visible on French euro coins should not be mistaken for a conventional mint mark letter such as R, used by some other countries. RF is an abbreviation for the French Republic and is part of the national inscription. French euro coins can also contain small symbols associated with the Paris Mint and its officials, depending on the issue and design, and these tiny details can be of interest to specialists. When examining a 20 euro cent 2010 RF, collectors should therefore look carefully at all small symbols rather than focusing only on the date. The 2010 issue is now more than a decade old, but age by itself does not make the coin rare or extremely valuable. This is an important point for anyone searching through pocket change. A common 2010 French 20-cent coin in circulated condition is generally not worth millions of dollars, and claims that every 2010 example is a fortune should be treated with caution. However, coins can sometimes have additional collector value when they possess genuine mint errors, unusual varieties, exceptionally high grades, or other characteristics that make them scarce compared with normal circulation pieces. Condition is particularly important. A heavily circulated coin may show scratches, stains, dents, rim marks, discoloration, and loss of original luster. Such a coin would normally have little premium over face value unless it has another genuinely scarce feature. A coin preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition can be more desirable because the original surfaces, sharp design details, and natural mint luster remain visible. Exceptional specimens may be submitted to professional grading companies, where the coin can be authenticated and assigned a numerical grade. Certified high-grade examples can sometimes command stronger prices than ordinary raw coins, but the actual value depends on market demand and documented sales. The phrase, bad condition, is also important because many online videos suggest that damaged or worn coins can automatically be worth huge sums. In reality, ordinary damage usually reduces a coin's desirability. A coin with severe scratches or corrosion is not normally more valuable simply because it looks unusual. The exception is when the unusual appearance resulted from the minting process rather than from damage after the coin entered circulation. For example, an off-center strike can be a legitimate mint error if the blank or planchette was not properly centered during striking. A clipped planchette can occur when part of the metal blank is missing in a characteristic way before or during the striking process. A broad strike, die crack, die break, double design element, or other recognized minting anomaly may also attract collector attention. But determining whether an apparent error is genuine requires careful examination. Post-mint damage can imitate many error characteristics. A coin dropped onto a hard surface can develop a flattened rim, while a coin struck by machinery or another object can acquire unusual shapes that have nothing to do with the minting process. Chemical exposure can change the color of the alloy, and polishing can create unnatural surfaces. Therefore, Collectors should avoid immediately calling every unusual 2010 20-cent coin a rare error. One of the best ways to study the coin is to compare it with verified examples from reputable numismatic references and auction archives. The French 20 cent is especially interesting because of its seven-sided design. The seven-sided shape is sometimes described as a rounded heptagon, and its unusual geometry makes it easy to recognize among other euro denominations. The outer edge has a series of fine details that contribute to the coin's tactile identification. The central portion of the national side shows Marianne with flowing hair and a distinctive expression, symbolizing liberty and the French Republic. The design is modern rather than a direct reproduction of an ancient portrait, which gives the coin a contemporary French identity. The common reverse side follows the broader euro coin design, showing the denomination and European geographical imagery. Together, the two sides tell a story. One side represents France, while the other represents the shared European monetary system. The year 2010 places the coin within the second decade of euro cash circulation. Euro banknotes and coins entered everyday use in 2002 in participating countries, replacing national currencies such as the French franc. As a result, a 2010 French euro cent represents a period when the euro was already an established part of everyday European life. Millions of euro coins moved across borders because of tourism, commerce, travel, and ordinary personal spending. A French 20-cent coin could therefore eventually be found in another European country or even much farther away. This international circulation is one reason modern euro coins are popular with collectors. People can build collections based on countries, years, denominations, designs, mint marks, commemorative issues, or errors. The 20 cent 2010 RF is especially useful for collectors who want to assemble a date set of French euro coins. A date set involves collecting one example from each year, while a type set focuses on different designs or denominations. Some collectors may also specialize in French euro coins and attempt to obtain examples in progressively higher grades. Others simply enjoy finding them in circulation. For beginners, the 2010 French 20-cent coin can be a good educational piece because it demonstrates several important concepts in modern numismatics: denomination, date, national design, alloy, mint production, circulation wear, and potential errors. When evaluating a coin for value, the first step should always be identification. Confirm that the coin is actually a French 20 cent rather than a similar denomination from another country. Then verify the year as 2010 and examine the national side for the expected French design and inscriptions. Next, inspect the tiny symbols around the design. Magnification can help because some mint-related details are extremely small and difficult to see with the naked eye. Good lighting is equally important. Natural or neutral white light can reveal scratches, luster, discoloration, and surface texture more accurately than very strong colored lighting. A digital photograph should show both sides of the coin and close-ups of any unusual area. If the coin appears to have a possible mint error, photographs from several angles can help experts evaluate it. Weight and dimensions can also be useful for authentication. The standard 20 cent specifications provide a reference point, and a significant difference in weight may indicate a problem with the planchette, although measurement alone cannot prove rarity. Collectors should use a reliable digital scale with appropriate precision if they are seriously investigating a possible error. It is also important to remember that environmental damage can affect weight and appearance. Corrosion, deposits, dirt, and other substances can change the measured weight slightly, while cleaning can alter the surface without increasing collector value. Another important factor is provenance. If a coin has a documented history, especially if it was previously certified or sold through a respected auction, that information can strengthen confidence in its authenticity. However, provenance is less important for an ordinary circulated coin than it is for a supposedly rare error. If someone claims that a 2010 French 20-cent coin is worth thousands or millions, the buyer should ask why. Is there a recognized mint error? Is it a rare variety? Is it an exceptionally high grade? Has a comparable coin actually sold for that amount? Is the sale documented by a reputable auction house? These questions help separate legitimate numismatic information from sensational internet claims. A listing price is not the same as a selling price. Anyone can advertise a common coin for an unrealistic amount, but that does not mean collectors are actually willing to pay it. Confirmed auction results and trustworthy dealer records provide much stronger evidence of market value. Another common misconception is that a coin becomes valuable simply because it has a low face value. A 20-cent coin can certainly be collectible, but its face value alone does not predict its collector price. Rarity, condition, demand, and uniqueness are much more important. A coin worth 20 cents in ordinary circulation can potentially sell for more if it is a genuine error, but millions of dollars would be extraordinarily unrealistic for a normal example. Such an enormous valuation would require an extremely exceptional and independently verified circumstance, not merely a date or inscription. The 2010 French 20 cent is also interesting from a cultural perspective because Marianne has been an important symbol of the French Republic for generations. Her image has appeared on French coins, stamps, official documents, and monuments, representing liberty and republican values. The modern Marianne design used on euro cents connects this long artistic and political tradition with the contemporary euro currency. The European stars surrounding the national design emphasize France's membership in the European Union and the shared monetary framework. This combination makes the coin more than a simple piece of change. It is a miniature representation of modern French and European identity. From a technical perspective, the production of euro coins requires carefully controlled blanks, dies, striking pressure, alignment, metal composition, and quality checks. When something goes wrong during production, a mint error can occur. Some errors are minor and attract little additional interest, while dramatic errors can become highly collectible. The distinction between a variety and an error is also important. A variety generally refers to a recurring difference in a die or design that was produced intentionally or through a particular die-making process, while an error usually results from an accidental problem during preparation or striking. Collectors may study both, but the market treats them differently depending on rarity and recognition. A suspected doubled feature should be examined carefully because machine doubling, die deterioration, and post-mint damage can sometimes look similar to true doubling. True doubled dies involve a specific relationship between impressions in the die-making process and can be much more interesting than ordinary mechanical doubling. Similarly, a supposed missing element may actually be caused by wear, grease filling, corrosion, or damage. This is why experienced collectors avoid making major valuation claims from photographs alone. The best practice is to document the coin, compare it with known references, and seek specialist advice when necessary. Storage is another important consideration. If a collector wants to preserve a 2010 RF 20-cent coin, the coin should ideally be kept in a holder made from materials suitable for long-term coin storage. Avoid PVC containing soft plastics because some PVC materials can cause damaging residues over time. Coin capsules, archival quality flips, and other appropriate holders can help protect the surface. Coins should generally be handled by their edges rather than by the obverse and reverse surfaces. Finger oils can leave marks and contribute to surface problems. If a coin is dirty, collectors should resist the temptation to scrub it. In most cases, ordinary dirt does not justify aggressive cleaning, and rubbing the surface can create permanent hairlines. Professional conservation may be appropriate for valuable coins, but even conservation decisions should be made carefully. For an ordinary 2010 20-cent coin, basic protection is usually sufficient. The coin's current market value will also vary depending on where it is being sold. Prices can differ between countries, online marketplaces, coin shops, auctions, and private transactions. Shipping costs, platform fees, buyer confidence, certification, and local collector demand can all influence the final amount. Because the coin is part of a widely circulated euro denomination, common examples are relatively easy to find compared with genuinely scarce historic coins. This abundance generally limits the premium for ordinary pieces. Nevertheless, collectors can still find enjoyment in assembling complete collections, and the educational value of studying common coins should not be underestimated. Many experienced numismatists began by examining ordinary change and learning how to recognize dates, mint marks, varieties, and errors. A 2010 French 20-cent coin can therefore serve as an excellent starting point for learning about modern European coinage. If a collector discovers one in poor condition, it may still be worth keeping as part of a date set or country collection. If it has a suspected error, its condition should be assessed separately from the error itself. A heavily worn coin with a genuine major mint error may still be collectible, while a beautifully preserved normal coin may remain close to face value. This is why the phrase, "bad condition but valuable," can be misleading. Condition is only one part of the equation.